What's up, everybody? I hope you all have been doing well. I'm back. I hope you all have been doing well and taking care of yourself and your families. It's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. So I hope y'all have definitely been taking mental breaks and all of the breaks off of social media and the news that you need to take, and just really putting positive things into your spirit, into your soul, into your mind and heart. Um, Today I am coming to you with a video or a topic I wanted to discuss. And this is going to be called the parameters of love. And this was just put on my heart, something to talk about in regards to love, especially nowadays I hear so much about love and dating and this and that and the third. Is so much stuff out there, so many people, podcasters and YouTubers and Instagrammers and all of the things out there with all of the advice and all of the things. So I just wanted to give my little spin on the parameters of love. And I'll be reading, so you'll see my eyes going back and forth because I did write some stuff down. 1 Corinthians 13 says that love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Now, I just wanted to kind of break those pieces down into what I believe that this Bible scripture from 1 Corinthians 13 is talking about. And because so many people do not truly know what it means to love someone or what it takes to truly love someone, love is an action word, and it requires intentionality and consistency. So we're going to start off with number one. Love is patient. We all know that people can get on our nerves, okay? Family members, friends, husbands, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to put it. They get on your nerves sometimes. And also, you'll get on theirs. However, when you love someone, you're not getting angered or frustrated every time they make a mistake or do something you may or may not like or agree with. That's where the patience comes in. You have to learn a level of patience with each other, and that also requires an understanding and understanding and how can I put this? Just an understanding that we're all human and that we're all going to make mistakes and we're all going to do wrong and we're not going to get it right all the time. So it's just a certain level of grace that you want to be able to extend, the olive branch, as people say. Now, that doesn't mean that you are allowing people to just take advantage and walk all over you or anything like that. But it's in knowing that, hey, they're human just like me. If I can make mistakes, they can make mistakes. And our mistakes probably aren't going to look the same. Number two, love does not envy. When you love someone, you are not resentful of anything about them, their belongings, who they are, or their accomplishments. Nothing. There are sometimes, like in some of the relationships that I have been in and things that I have seen, people will be silently envious of you. Like they just, and you can, for me, I'm one that can pick up on that so easily. Like when somebody is envious of me, is certain words that they will say, certain behaviors that they will exhibit towards you. And so, that's why it is so important to have wisdom and discernment in relationships and any type of relationships that you are in, because people will show you who they are. You just need to take that information, process it, and govern yourself accordingly. Number 3, love does not boast. When you love someone, you are not constantly talking about yourself, your things, your accomplishments in attention-seeking ways. Now, I know in my big age, I'm not going to give y'all my age, some of y'all do know, but in my big age, I've seen a lot of things, been a lot of places, seen a lot of things, dealt with a lot of people. And so I've seen quite a few people who will boast on their accomplishments, who just can't stop talking about themselves. If they love you, love does not come from a self-seeking place. So they will want to know more about you than they will want you to know more about them, in my opinion. So that is love does not boast. Number 4, love is kind. When you love someone, you are friendly to them, thoughtful of them, helpful to them, respectful and polite towards them. When they hurt, you hurt. So you try not to do anything to hurt or damage them. This piece right here, because in this day and age, people have become so selfish, so self-seeking, and the word self-love has just been taken way, way, way beyond and out of context sometimes. And just because you love yourself does not mean that you can't be kind to others, and especially those people that you claim to love. You wouldn't purposely and intentionally do something to hurt yourself. So if you're saying self-love, I love myself, then the same love that you're giving to yourself, you should be giving to those that you claim that you love, that same kindness, and vice versa, even to yourself. The same kindness that you give to others is the kindness that you want to give to yourself. Number 5, love is not proud. When you love someone, you do not act like you are better than or above them in any way. You have a humble attitude towards them. And that just speaks for itself. Again, if you've lived any life, you know that people can have such a proud and arrogant sometimes attitude, and they just think that they're so much better than someone else because of what they've done, what they have, who they've been around, but that's not true. My mom used to say this, and I'm not going to quote it perfectly, but she used to say everybody's grave is going to be the same, 6 feet, it's going to be the same. So there's no big I's and little U's, and there's nobody that's better than someone else, regardless of what they have, who they've been around, what they've been exposed to, or any of that. Number 6, love does not dishonor. When you love someone, you treat them with respect and dignity, and you don't treat them mean, rude, abusive, manipulative, or controlling. And to do these things to someone, that is dishonoring who they are. When you love someone, again, it also goes back to being kind. You are kind to them. You don't want to see them hurt. If they are hurt, you really genuinely hurt when they're hurt. You don't want to see that about them. So you try to do things that exhibit love, that exhibit kindness, that exhibit respect and dignity towards them. And that's what I have to say about love not dishonoring. Number 7, love is not self-seeking. When you love someone, it means you are prioritizing their well-being and needs and are not behaving selfishly when it comes to them. Again, in this day and age with self-love and self-care and this, that, and the third, sometimes that can be misconstrued and taken way far left sometimes. And if we're not careful, we'll end up self-absorbed in ourself and selfish instead of trying to really look out for other people and have their best interest at heart. It doesn't mean that you are putting yourself second. It doesn't mean that, again, that you have to allow others to walk all over you, use you, treat you any kind of way. That ain't what I'm saying. That's not what that's about. But it's not self-seeking. It comes with arms out. It comes with arms out, reaching to grab you, to hold you, to want to get to know you, not with hands out, asking for something all of the time, asking of you what they're, especially asking of you what they're not willing and able to give to you. Number 8, love is not easily angered. When you love someone, you do not get angry at them at the drop of a dime. You're not cussing them out. You're not going off on them. And again, this goes back to patience, because we all know we're going to get on each other's nerves. But we should be extending a level of mercy and understanding towards one another out of love. There is nothing worse than someone telling you that they love you with their mouth and their words, but their behaviors are abusive, toxic. They're cussing you out, calling you the B word. I had this one coworker. I'm gonna tell y'all, because some of these girls nowadays, they call each other bees and hoes and all of this other stuff. Listen, I don't play those games. When you don't call me on my name. My mother named me Lee, Leigh. That is what I expect you to call me. If I call you, I'm calling you out your name that your mother named you. We're not going to be out here calling each other bees and hoes and other names and disrespectful, degrading names. That's just not what I stand for. It's not who I am. And I had a coworker one time, and I guess that's how she grew up. And that's how, that was their way of terms of endearment is what she called it. And I thought, how you going to say calling somebody a bee is a term of endearment? That's not a term of endearment. That's very offensive. And don't do that to me. You can do that to whoever you grew up with, but you can't do that to me. So yes, that's what I say love is. Love is not cussing somebody out, making them feel inferior to you, making somebody feel bad about themselves. None of those things. Number 9, love keeps no record of wrong. When you love someone, you are not constantly throwing in their face or bringing up their mistakes, shortcomings, or flaws. This one right here, because sometimes we often as humans, we will, if we get upset, we'll try to bring up, well, you did, and you did, da. It is, you again have to have a certain level of grace and understanding to understand that people are going to make mistakes. And nobody wants to live for the rest of their life in the mistakes they made. People don't want to live in that, or have themselves known as the mistakes that they made. So if you're constantly bringing up somebody's mistakes, you could be constantly re-triggering or re-traumatizing or just re-agitating that inside of them that they've healed and that they've worked on, if you're constantly doing that. And then again, you have to question yourself. Have you really forgiven them? If you're constantly bringing that up, if you say you forgave them and you guys have moved on, have you really forgiven them? If you're constantly bringing it up and throwing it in their face, is there work that you need to do on yourself in order to get over that, whatever that may take or whatever that may look like for you. Number 10, love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. When you love someone, you are not plotting on them or being deceptive. You are not gossiping and being entertained by their hurt, pain, or shame. You want what is best and good for them. So you are being honest, truthful, integral, and transparent. This right here, the gossiping part, because people will sit up there and use your hurt and pain for their entertainment. That is not someone who has a loving heart towards you, I would say. If they are constantly doing that, or even if they do that once, in my opinion, once is too much. Because if you have been hurt, if you have been in pain or shamed, and somebody is gossiping about that or using that as a form of entertainment, They don't really care about your feelings. And a person who loves you, they care about the way that you feel. Kind of goes back to all of the other love is patient, love is kind, and all of those things. Number 11, love always protects, always hopes, and always perseveres. When you love someone, you should be a consistent, safe space for them, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And that is what I would say are the parameters of love. I would recommend just really sitting with those things and really letting them resonate in your heart and spirit when it comes to the things of love. Again, this doesn't just apply to romantic relationships. This is friendships, family relationships, any type of relationship that has meaning to you in your life. Just sit and ponder those things and really examine a person and their behaviors and their actions towards you. And that is all that I have for today. I hope that you guys continue to take care of yourself. Again, disconnect from the news, disconnect from social media, even if it's just for a couple hours a day, an hour, 30 minutes a day, whatever it takes, just disconnect, do some self-care, do some stretches, do some walking, get out and enjoy nature, listen to some music of your favorite kind and your favorite type. Just kind of really take care of yourself and continue to be the best version of yourselves that God created you to be. Peace.